Polls have closed in the state of Alabama. The results are coming in now, trickling in. They'll be on your screen all night. The race, for the first time in many years, could go either way at any time, so stay right here. We'll be updating you all night. Ryan Lizza of The New Yorker was fired yesterday, the latest casualty of the hunt for sexual harassers in American life. The magazine described Lizza's crime as, quote, improper sexual conduct, but it did not elaborate beyond that, nor did it name his accuser, who remains anonymous. Lizza issued a statement proclaiming his innocence. Quote, The New Yorker was unable to cite a company policy that was violated, he wrote. But that didn't matter. Lizza lost the job he'd held for over a decade anyway. He was suspended from his role at CNN, as well as his adjunct professorship at Georgetown. Ryan Lizza's in his 40s, but his career is effectively over now. The same has happened to plenty of other people recently on the basis of sexual harassment claims. In just the past week, TV chef Mario Batali was pulled off the air. Steve Edwards of Good Day L.A. is gone. 5 analysts at NFL Network and ESPN were suspended. And, of course, Al Franken is about to leave the Senate. There are a lot of other ones, too. Now, maybe all of these people are guilty as charged. Sexual harassment is real and apparently common. So it could be. How common is it? Well, it would be nice to know that, but that would require facts, which are one of the many things these cases lack, along with names and dates and the specific nature of the crimes alleged. Details matter because, in the end, they add up to proof. Proof is what ensures that the innocent aren't punished, and protecting the innocent is the very essence of Western justice. Unfortunately, we are moving in the opposite direction, toward a standard where to be accused means to be judged guilty. This is not a defense of sexual harassment, obviously, just an acknowledgement that it's terrifying, really terrifying. In a recent piece for Politico, Emily Yaffe explains how we got here. It turns out it did not start with Harvey Weinstein exactly, but with the last administration. At the beginning of this decade, the Obama administration launched a campaign to stamp out sexual assault on college campuses. The goal was laudable, obviously, but the means were horrifying. Using Title IX as a regulatory cudgel, the administration pressured colleges to lower the burden of proof for sexual misconduct and urged them to create kangaroo courts that denied basic rights to students like access to counsel and the ability to face and question accusers. Within a few years, it became normal to view sexual misconduct as a special class of crime where no presumption of innocence was warranted. Accusation equaled conviction. 2 years ago, Democratic Congressman Jared Polis of Colorado put it as clearly as anyone ever has. Quote, if there are 10 people who have been accused and maybe 1 or 2 did it, it seems better to get rid of all 10 people. In other words, it's okay to punish the innocent. If you want an omelet, you've got to break some eggs. That was Robespierre's line. It's been echoed by totalitarian dictators ever since. It's pretty jarring to hear it from a U.S. congressman in this country. On campuses, students were humiliated and expelled on the basis of no evidence they had done anything wrong. In one case, at the University of North Dakota, a student was tossed out for sexual assault even as his accuser was prosecuted for lying to police about the same incident. Now, at the time, many on the right allied with civil libertarians to decry this as a basic attack on the precepts of justice, which it was. And yet now those same groups are silent mostly. Some are even cheering along because this time the victims primarily are liberal journalists, politicians, and media personalities. A lot of these seem like odious people anyway, and it's gratifying to see them hounded from public life. That's a mistake. Principles matter, even when they protect people you don't like. If some annoying magazine writer can lose everything over an anonymous, unproven charge, it can happen to you too, and it might. In a brilliant new piece in The American Interest, a writer called Claire Berlinski sums up the reality we're now living in. Quote, it now takes only one accusation to destroy a man's life. Just one for him to be tried and sentenced in the court of public opinion, overnight costing him his livelihood and social respectability. We are on a frenzied extrajudicial warlock hunt that does not pause to parse the difference between rape and stupidity. The punishment for sexual harassment is so grave that clearly this crime, like any other serious crime, requires an unambiguous definition. We have nothing of the sort. Well, we're living through a moral panic, obviously. And as Berlinski points out, we have seen this before. Again, a quote from her. Not long ago, we firmly convinced ourselves that our children were being ritually raped by Satanists. In recent years especially, we've become prone to replacing complex thought with shallow slogans. We live in times of extremism and black and white thinking. We should have the self-awareness to suspect that events of recent weeks may not be an aspect of our growing enlightenment, but rather our growing enamorment with extremism. Now, you may not agree with her point, but I think you'll acknowledge it's smart and thoughtful and worth debating. Berlinski says she could barely get it published. Editors kept turning it down. In this environment, they were too afraid to print her essay, and that tells you everything. Senator Kirsten Gillibrand of New York has tried to make herself a leader in this sexual assault crusade and recently got into a tiff with the president over it.